If things go Tim Kaine's way, he'll be the first man elected to the White House to have a woman for a boss. He'd also be part of a brand new administration that will be taking over with some of the lowest favorability ratings ever recorded. That's a new position to be in for a guy who's used to being liked. Evan McMorris Santoro sat down for an exclusive interview with the man who wants to be vice president.
Tim Kaine wants to be a uniter.
This is an Auburn and an Alabama. Now look, can Hillary bring people together?
Hillary Clinton's pick for vice president has brought together both sides for his entire political life. He was a white Southern governor who cut his teeth representing black families as a civil rights lawyer. As a senator, he's drawn praise from Republicans for his ability to work across the aisle. In Tallahassee, Florida last week, he straddled another line, taking up new restrictions on gun purchases as a proud gun owner.
Our next vice president of the United States, Senator Tim Kaine.
Kaine campaigned with former astronaut Mark Kelly and his wife, former Representative Gabby Giffords, the two faces of the modern gun safety movement.
We can be a nation of gun owners like we are, who respect the Second Amendment like we do, but we can also be a nation that puts safety first and tries to stop the horrible carnage of gun violence.
The Clinton campaign invited us to Florida to talk guns with Kaine.
Sadly, the NRA, has switched from being a representative of gun owners to being a representative of gun manufacturers. The NRA used to support background record checks. Gun owners support background record checks. NRA members support background record checks. But today, the NRA speaks for the gun manufacturers.
Bringing together people who love guns and people who want more restrictions on guns is the kind of challenge the next president will face. Putting America back together again after an election so ugly, the split between the parties actually fractured the parties themselves.
And in the putting together of a team, I think you're going to see broad outreach to all sectors, but also party. You're also going to see the advocacy of policies that I think people can embrace, whether they're Democrat, Republican, or independent.
Polls show Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump are the two most unpopular candidates in modern presidential history. Americans are just not feeling particularly hopey and changey this year. A big part of why people don't like Clinton is trust. And the newest headline about the FBI looking into more emails is not going to help that problem.
Have you been in touch with the FBI?
Kaine doesn't have a specific answer for how to unify the country after all this. But he does say the next president actually has to do things to earn the public trust. I talk to people on the trail all the time, and what they say is what they really want the next president to do is to unify the country. They want to heal the country. And so I wonder how you're going to be able to do that when you still have this issue of people being afraid that something is about to happen. There's nothing that they can't trust you.
The other side's going to say that, but it'll be the burden of the winning party, and we think we're going to win to heal the country. And if we win, that's the obligation on our shoulders governing. And I think the obligation on the GOP shoulders is to show that they're going to be more than just a party of no. But I think that with so many Republicans having offered support to Hillary's candidacy, we will start with an ability to, get on that on-ramp toward bringing people together.
This idea of more voters distrusting than trusting, how does that actually affect what you do on the campaign trail and how you do your job as a politician if you eventually get a chance to govern?
I mean, I tell you a worry I have. I worry that in post-Citizens United, that will always be the case. I think we have a system, and Hillary and I deeply want to reform it about the way campaigns are financed, that because the massive throwaway to money is groups that don't have to disclose who they are, they make it super negative. And so I'm worried in the future whether there will ever be a presidential election where somebody will have a net positive. And yet, I think there is going to be an opportunity to make some good things happen.